Welcome back to the Southeastern Sports Report presented by State Farm. At this time of the program, we're going to turn our attention to the tennis program here on campus, and we're going to check in with Coach Jason Hayes as he breaks down his 2013 women's schedule.
If the fall 2012 results are any indication as to how the Southeastern tennis team will perform this coming spring, then the future is very bright for the Lady Lions. Southeastern competed hard in all 3 fall tournaments, winning 2 of the 3, but the spring is where conference titles are won and lost. And going into the 2013 season, Coach Jason Hayes is very determined to get the Lady Lions back on top of the Southland Conference. The 2013 season opens up on the road with 3 matches in a 6-day span as the Lady Lions travel to Jackson State on February 1st, followed by a date the next day against Louisiana Tech in Ruston, before Southeastern travels to Baton Rouge to face Southern on February 6th. Coach Hayes is going to find out a lot about his team early on.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to learn, and I think that's a good thing for us. And all of them are on the road, which I think is good for us because we've got some overnights. That's going to help us. I think the team really bonds together when they stay together. And yeah, we'll see what happens when we go out there.
On February 16th, the Lady Lions make their home debut as they welcome William Carey to Hammond for a match at the Southeastern Tennis Complex. After traveling to Alcorn State, the Lady Lions welcome Southern Miss, Southern, and Xavier to Hammond for their final tune-up before Southland Conference play begins March 8th at Oral Roberts in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I think we're going to hit the ground running, and hopefully we'll be on a good note, win some matches before we go into the Southland, which is always a difficult league.
After 2 conference matches on the road, the Lady Lions step back out of conference as they welcome Youngstown State and Virginia Tech to Hammond.
Youngstown State and Virginia Tech will give us great matches to get us ready for the weekend. And the weekend we jump right back into conference again. And we're fortunate to be, I guess, in the South on the Gulf Coast. We get a lot of teams that it's their spring break, they're looking to travel, and they come down to New Orleans area. And it's good for us to get some of those matches. And what's great is that, you get all the experience of a match, but it doesn't hurt you at all in the Southland standings.
After battling the Penguins and the Hokies, it's back to Southland play for the Lady Lions as they open up a 6-match homestand with 4 conference matches and 2 out of conference as McNeese State, Lamar, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and Sam Houston come to Hammond.
That stretch, McNeese, Lamar, Sam Houston, Corpus, it's going to be tough. And we'll have a lot of good tennis under the belt at that time, so we'll be ready to play, and it's tough. I mean, the Southland Conference is brutal. I mean, there are 6-7 teams that can win the conference, and fortunately we get 4 of those at home.
After the homestand, the ladies then play 2 of their final 3 league matches on the road, with April 5th a match at Stephen F. Austin and April 6th at Northwestern State, before closing out the season April 15th at home against Nicholls State. When the dust settles, the Lady Lions will have played 9 conference matches along with 15 non-conference matches, and hopefully will be headed into the Southland tournament at Lamar in Beaumont.
We were playing the tournament at Southern Miss, and I saw some of the Northwestern State girls walking around, and they had these Southland Conference backpacks on. And I kept thinking to myself, where did they get those? And then it dawned on me, you get those when you show up at the conference tournament. So that's kind of one of the things that, when I saw that, it motivated me to get there, that we haven't been there in 3 of the last 4 years. And it's been very disappointing. And I think that's our goal, is to get there. And I think the way the schedule has, the way our teams are, we're fortunate enough to have, some good home matches. I mean, I would be real surprised if we're not in the conference tournament this year. But like I said, with the depth of the tournament and the depth of the conference, anything can happen.
So for now, Coach Hayes and the 8 ladies that make up the Southeastern tennis team begin spring practice with their sights set on February 1st and the start of the season. A season that'll hopefully see the Lady Lions punch themselves a ticket to the NCAA tournament and put Southeastern tennis back on track.
So as you can see, Coach Jason Hayes and his tennis program have a full schedule there in 2013. And as you saw in the story, they'll open up on the road February the 1st at Jackson State, and we'll be back home for their first home match on February the 16th against William Carey. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Southeastern Sports Report. We want to thank Athletics Director Bart Belair's for spending some time with us earlier in the program and getting you caught up on all of Southeastern athletics. And also check your local listings and make sure you tune into the East-West Shrine game to watch Nathan Stanley compete in that All-Star game, and also the Senior Bowl for Robert Alford as he prepares for the NFL Draft. If you haven't had a chance to come out and watch your Lions and Lady Lions here at the UC, make sure you put it on your calendar and do so, as there are several home games remaining for both of those clubs. We'll see you next week right here on the Southeastern Sports Report presented by State Farm.